camera adjustments, and we're live. 7 o'clock. Design pulled up, project running, font size stream. Now let's also open up YouTube. And check the live stream. Works out perfectly. So last night we stopped at having that kind of picker for one NOI text field, but we decided to not do that, which means we want to create, let's leave it like this. We want to create a new view that is handling the time separately, minutes and seconds. Let's delete all of this. We can also just create already a new view and say time text NOI time text field. UIKit final class NOI time text field. It's a UI view. AJ, good morning, Martin. Good to see you. AJ, hey, good to see you as well. I see you have you always enable the countdown notification. That's right. I think you also on top of that have the YouTube notification, right? So you really don't want to miss out on the streams. I appreciate that. How's your project going? I always see your stories where you're working on a project. What is that project? Like again, what is this project about? Share your secret with us. We want, if you look at the design, we want a minute text field, which is private let minute text field. I think we just have a text field like so, right? We should have default padding if I'm not mistaken. UI edge insets. Exactly, it has default padding. It's great. And all of that. Same for seconds. If you hear something in the background like a white noise or something like that, that's Tony, the vacuum robot. Yeah, I have YouTube notifications turned on. Yeah, I thought so. I think you mentioned that once. Are you working on a secret project? That's why you are working around this question. Init super, init frame, and then also private fun setup view. Setup view. Now this one will have two labels as well, which is a private let minute label, UI label, and private let second label. I wonder if we have, yeah, just that. Should I call it second? Or minute? Or min and sec? I think min and sec is more precise in this case, even though it's shorter, because second could be also the second or third. I'm working as a remote iOS intern for a startup. It's their app that I'm working on. Oh, I see. So you're working in the morning before you go to work on, or you actually work for work? I suppose it's fun. How long is your internship going? I mean, when will it end? And do you know whether you will be afterwards fully employed, or will they take you over? information we need. And now we want to say private func setup min. Let's do that. Let's see, min label and private func setup min text field, setup second label sec text field, setup minute label, setup minute text field, setup second label, and setup sec text field. Alright, we got all of that in place. Now add subview label. And we want this one to be top anchor constraints to top anchor, like so, and let leading be leading anchor constraints to leading anchor. Right? If we have a view, we want it to be at the top and leading. And this one has to be at the bottom and leading. And then this one, oh, it has to have a width of 50%. Let that width. I wonder if we can actually create. So there are two approaches we could go about this. We're not reusing the whole thing somewhere else, or this small thing right here is basically the same one as this one, so we could do a view of that, pass in a title, and basically put both of them into a stack view that is horizontally aligning both of them, or, and then that's it, or we just say min label with anchor constraints 2 with anchor and half of it. So we could also use 0.5, but I always like to do like pass in basically a mathematical operation, because for example 1/3, this is more precise than 0.33. because it actually goes further, right? So you really are more precise with that, even though this one is basically, you can't go more precise than 0.5. But I like to have it consistent in case I use it somewhere else differently. So layout, constraints, activate them. The internship is for 6 months, and I think they will offer me a job based on my skills. That sounds great. If you want to go there, that sounds amazing. That will be your first job, right? Your first position as a paid iOS developer. They have their app for Android, they are now making it for iOS, and basically it's like Instagram. You can post articles and read other people's articles as well as also post job vacancies, apply on jobs. So it's a blogging platform, so to say, plus also a job seeking platform. Alright. I wonder if they have an actual, like, how the Android apps perform, if there's actually a market for it and how well it does. The minute label, think about it, it should have a text color of custom white. Font size, what do we have here? Text field, we set it up 28. Oh, 1 sec, that was for text field. What about the label? 24. So that's basically text field. And this one can already say bottom of the min label with a constant of how much spacing did we apply here? 10. Therefore the same. Leading anchor constraints equal to leading anchor. And we also have a certain height, which is 60. Like so. Michaela, hey Martin, Susie, hey. Lol, was going to go for bed early, then I couldn't sleep, so now I'm going to code myself to sleep. I know that feeling. I had that so often. How's your project going on? Like, how's it progressing? I think I saw a repost of Eduardo today posting you. Was it him? Someone reposted you. Where you would show, or maybe it was even coding with Chris. Where you would show your diagram. What was that about? NS layer activate top leading height. We got this. Now we could already say the bottom is constrained to the bottom of the view, and by that defining the view's height. We can do it for this or for that. I think we do that at the last text field. So the text field should have 28. And do we have the term? This is going to be anyway a picker, so oh yeah, text color should be that as well. Corner radius. Why would this one be? How would we define that? Going good. Yep. Following along with Code with Chris tutorial for Firebase. I'll be using what I learned there for my sort of secret side project. Do you have a release date or an estimation when you're done? Because I'm kind of curious what it's about. If you say sorta secret, how much did you reveal already and how much can you reveal now to keep up with your sorta if it's not top secret? We got seconds. No, 1 sec. This is we don't need it here. Now let's do all of that for a second label too. Like so. But the top, that's fine. Leading is going to be min label trailing. Oh, and we don't have, we didn't specify any spacing. That's the thing now. We could specify a container around all of it. Or at least around this one. Is this one? Half of it, and then 5, yeah. Alright, let's do that afterwards. Let's just see how it goes. Also, the music is kind of loud compared to your voice, but both are actually quiet because I have my volume turned all the way up and I can barely hear you. Really, because the music is really a little bit loud compared. Let's try increasing the the voice a little bit and reducing the sound a bit. Let's do it like this. This should be better. How about that? Is it better? I'm waiting for the app to come together a little bit more before officially announcing the whole thing. That's fair enough. Fair enough. I went through that experience as well, I think, for another project that I never finished back in the days. The music is still pretty loud. Let me reduce it further up until here. Alright, I think that should serve it. And then I just thought about sharing my journey of the app, just like with Social Down, and I would notice people are super engaged once they are part of the journey to really try out the app in the end once it's published. So there's like a small hype around the app because they know it's gonna happen. They wait for being able to download it. So for Social Down, when I released it, I think on the first day I had like 300 downloads or so. And then also the iOS community, or in general the dev community on Instagram was sharing the app. So that was awesome. I think the same will happen to you once you release it and you announce it, and it's like, hey, this is a huge achievement. It takes a lot of work and discipline to actually finish a project and release it, and then people are in general very supportive. Now we have the leading, the width is a half, trailing, that's fine. Instead of half of it, yeah, I think the thing is, very true, mine's very niche, it's really only for college students. Alright, that solves the problem, that's good. Because there's one app that I will still have on my mind to build with a friend that is really for apprentices, people who are doing an apprenticeship. And the issue why those apps are not existing is because no one knows about the issue while the apprenticeship, and only the people who know about the issue are the people who are doing an apprenticeship and are not skilled enough to actually implement the app. So that's why there is no app yet to solve that issue. I've researched the whole market, like I downloaded like all the apps available that are kind of in that niche. None of them are specifically for that niche, and all of them were like progressive web apps, super dated, and so there's a huge potential in there, but it has to be developed. It's not a big project either, actually. Then I would be interested in your app. Hey, see, Michaela, AJ already is interested in your app. So we have trailing, we have half of it, that's fine. We say seconds. Top, and then this one is second TF. Why did we copy that one if we actually need? Text field. Now top is fine. No, well actually it's sec label, it's fine. Leading should be minute text field trailing, and oh yeah, we didn't specify a width for it either. It should also have a width. Let with the minute text field with anchor width divided by 2. That's fine. This one has to be sec. Like so. Now our view is completely set up. Let's see if we can use that. Martin, I would leave the stream early. I have to go to meet my girlfriend. Yeah.
Happy life, happy life.
Yeah. Enjoy the time of your significant other. And thanks for swinging by for the time. For that little bit in the morning. I appreciate it. We'll see us in the next stream and in the following days, I'm sure. Let's see. Your girlfriend should join the live stream together with you, eating popcorn, watching someone code. I don't see this to be so entertaining. I should do something entertaining. Hey Peanut, do you want to be in a live stream? Where's Kato? Let's rerun. We will have some errors. We want to remove the mode so it's not existent anymore. We want to remove all of that. Let's comment it out because we might want to refactor it over into our new view. Like so. Sounds good. There should have been more, no? Was that really it? Oh yeah, the whole UIPicker delegate stuff. And that stuff here. It's gonna be removed. So add, we have our workout. Save, workout, now add, and this time thing here, which is exercise create, exercise VC. Not this one, but noi time text field. Failed. Good. Why? Oh yeah, because we are trying to get the time, which we don't have yet. So let's just create an exercise with empty time. We don't know about that yet. Workout. See you in the next stream. Bye, Michaela. See you in the next stream, AJ. Have a good one. There we go, minute and seconds. Already actually has a little bit of spacing there because of the shadows. So that's interesting. We can keep it like that, or we can increase it. We still didn't solve the opacity, why the text field shadows are more transparent in general, right? So it's hard to see. Okay, we see already this one works. Let's just also, whoops, locked it. How is it not? How can I not tap into? Why am I unable to tap into it? That's interesting. How's it set up? Adds to it, nothing more, just stop leading trading. That's fine. Bye Martin, thanks. Bye AJ. So the setup is fine so far. This one doesn't seem similar. Let's see, Neu text field. Title label. Bold. So no time thing. Label. But that's not solving our issue with being able to tap into the field. We can just debug it like this. Let's see. Interesting. How is there more layers for that text field and less for that one? We have this kind of thing right there, and that kind of thing is this one. It's in another view, so that's fine. This one should be actually in another view. What's this one? No text field. What's this one? That's just a text field. Why is it not? This is text field canvas view. This should be field editor canvas view. Interesting. Very interesting. So we reduced it by one layer, I think, because did we? This is the text field canvas. Text field, yeah, the editor view is gone because we didn't tap into. So that is that, that is that, this is that. That's all the same. Just that it has like a no text field container, and I wonder why our no time text field should also be a UI view. Are we having a container here? Not really. This one serves as a container, so to say. Text fields, text field with the padding, and we're not doing anything special here. For change delegate, so we have on return text field and editing, that's it. We have that in place. We say text field has a width and height, and it's added. If I create an app that I want to put on the App Store, but put all the code on GitHub, is this bad? Because it will be connected to my bundle identifier and Apple account? Not at all. You can create a private repository. It's totally private. Like no one has access to it aside from you. This is how I do it too. So no worries. You're all good. Are you going for a raid? Actually?
She came in and yelled at me and said, let's go for a raid.
So we have add subview. Same for this one. Oh, I know why. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Actually, let me explain what's happening here. This is a bug. It's difficult to catch if you don't know how auto layout works. As you can see, there is this view missing for us. Although this one is the node text field. We should have how's it called? Node time text field be the same, right? And it's there, not there. The reason why it's not there is because we are inside that view, but we didn't specify its height. Neither intrinsic, like by its based on its content, nor specific, like nor explicitly by saying wherever we use it, create, by saying here that it has a height. Now the thing that we are missing is just saying for this one text field it should have a bottom constraint, because the text field has a top constraint to the label, and the label has a top constraint to the view, which means this blue what you see, this one has a top constraint to the view, but it has no, the text field has no bottom constraint to the bottom. Therefore, it will be like zero height, and it will, if for zero height, it will not be added to the view hierarchy as far as I know, and then therefore we don't see it, and basically don't have access to tap into it, because we are basically making it out of the view because it has zero height and we cannot tap into it. So let's fix that by giving it a intrinsic height. So let's say bottom, not for second, not for label, but for the text field. So second text field, bottom anchor constraints equal to the view's bottom anchor, just like that. And this should fix our issue, and we should see as well our container. One sec, this is the wrong one. Let's go to add.
Peace out, Martin.
Enjoy, have fun raiding. I hope you catch a Venusaur. Venusaur.
Dinosaur.
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Okay. Thank you, pretty.
We missed it,
Thank
so.
you.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
We missed it, so.
Okay, workout. Save. And if we add it, now let's have a look at this one here. And we see we indeed have that container. And everything is just the same like the other one. Indicating already this will work if we tap in here. Let's continue the run. There we go. We can tap into both fields. This one has a better padding, doesn't it? Yeah. We should do the default padding of 15 as well. For text field, since it has this shadow. And Michaela, you're writing something, but I want to be public, like for an example, part of my portfolio. But are the security issues with this if I actually want to submit it? Not that I'm aware of. I don't think so. I don't know how you would have security issues. You know, what someone could do with your bundle. The bundle ID, I think, is a unique string that has to be unique in the App Store, which serves as an ID. I think there must be a possibility to find out bundle IDs just by that. If you say iOS app example, let's search that. Open source iOS apps, 22,000 things. And now let's go to, I don't know, finance cryptocurrency. And let's go to this app. Someone just publicly posted this, right? What is he revealing? He's having his, let's go here. Oh, is it actually, let's see, workspace, has workspace. It's interesting. I think he's not revealing his info P list, which should include the information, I think. Number tile game. Is it all Objective-C? old is that? What was that? Okay, bless you. Fitness, gym, track your gym workouts. Let's see. What do the people share? Project. You can also, should I commit my info plist? No. I was just taking a look at other people's apps. I was trying to see whether someone was actually, but I wonder why there is no, you know, if you look at my project, at the root of it, inside the Xcode project I have the info plist. Okay, inside the Xcode project, whatever. I think it's just build configuration, name, checkpots, manifest log, whatever. So I don't think there's any. I never thought about it. I just did. Info plist string. I think you should not overthink it. You can just do it. If I look at mine, god damn it, my project or my repositories, and then look for Maya app. This was my first app. Should also include, it's by default not seen like this, the info plist, because I thought it will be somewhere here. However, I was just publishing this app too. It was my first app where I built the front end and back end, like how many years ago? 3 years ago, with Vapor 1.5, and even back in the days had packaged pins. So interesting how dependencies were locked in. Well, hey Martin, how are you? And by the way, your mic volume is kinda low. Please increase. Still? Really? God damn it. Let's go like this. Let's go like this. Whoops. No! My mixer, I accidentally, because I increased the mic volume here, right? And I can decrease the background music here. However, putting it, there we go, back in there. Put yourself back in there. Thank you. This is better. Alrighty. Thanks, good to know. You're welcome, Michaela. I like to do like, for things, I like to just sometimes run and publish. Always, of course, like think a little bit about it, maybe Google it, search it, find the first resources that would talk a little bit about it, like just have one circle thought about security, so to say, but not overthink it. And yeah, but I get it. I get your concerns, especially if it's the first time. You don't know what's confidential, what not, right? Okay, so we have our default here. We can say no text field. This doesn't need. to overwrite the default padding at all, because we have the default being perfect already. Workout, add, save. Go in here, say bicycle, and then we could say whatever, right? Here we want to do the pickers. Before we do so, let's do the pickers first, because this already works. We can improve the UI later on. It already serves its purpose. Do you use terminal or some other custom kind of terminal? Or no terminal? I use terminal for let's say, where is it? Projects, I think. For Git, I use terminal completely for Git, just to be independent of. It's like I like to do my Git commit branch merge stuff and whatnot in the terminal, rather than doing it through an application, just to still know about the commands and not forget about them. So whenever I go to a different computer to help out, I will always be able to do so using the terminal without having to learn how Git works for that person if he uses a different application that I do, if I use an application for Git. But I would always find people using an application because I think it's more efficient, more visualized, and easier for them to like do stuff, which makes sense. I might have to do that too, just to improve my workflow. But yeah, for now what I do is I would always check also my changes like this. It's not efficient at all because I'm scrolling, right, with the keyboard sorta, and always have to scroll over these things that I don't care about, until I go to my actual code and see, okay, what have I done now? All right, it's good now. Devarsh, thank you so much for helping out improving the stream. Appreciate it. We got both of it. Now let's do our, look how clean it looks. Text field. I like it. No text field. A little bit messy. Let's pick this one. Did select row, component. Minutes, min, seconds, sec. Interesting. Oh, once it's picked. We just get all of that over. So let's see. For this one, we will have the delegate for both. This is going to be interesting. Tag that you can use to identify view objects in your application. So we could give it a tag so we know this is minute and this is second. So we can identify it. Let's see if we will need it. I don't know yet. Giving it an ID because we want to say it's a UIPicker view, and the delegate is self input views time picker, which is that one. Yeah. So let's say time picker. It is actually we could also create model class that handles that is the delegate for the minute text field. So we have a separation for that already. let's see how we will go about it. There's always so many different ways to solve a certain problem. UIPicker view. Let's say it's a minute picker, and then minute picker data source is self. We'll have to do that. Minute picker delegate is self, and then minute text field input view is minute picker. Completely the same applies to second. Like so, and now extension noi time text field UI view data source fix terminal should prompt you at some point to ask to enable mouse wheel scroll for that. I'm using iTerm, so I don't know about that. Same here, terminal is great. I also don't do any crazy things with it. Git though, it makes more sense when there's team collaboration, I think. I don't do crazy things with Git either. I'll just use Git for version control, and then I don't have any fancy brands. I always have master branch. I mean, there are some architectures you can go about and say, hey, you have master branch, and you have a developer branch, and then whenever you're implementing a feature, you're creating from the master branch a sub branch, naming it after the feature you're implementing, or after the ticket name you're having in your Trello board, so you know what this branch includes. And then once you're done, you merge it to developer branch, and then the developer branch, you can compile and see if it works with the whole code base. Once that one works, you can merge the ticket branch in the master. Never merge developer to master or vice versa, but ticket branch into master, and knowing, okay, we'll work push master, and this is your new, say, release. But what I would start doing is using tags. So right now this one has no tags, but whenever I'm releasing a new version of an app, what I like to do now is create a tag and call it the same version like the build number. No, it doesn't make sense, because you have also 1.01, 1.02 and 1.2 and whatnot. But I would increase the build number, and then I will add the version, and then I would release it. So I know later on in Git, else it will be difficult to know, hey, what was the version that worked, and which versions was I releasing before, like what was the commit state and whatnot. Right, so when we go to Martin Lasik and then the fitness app, I think this should be this. If you go to tags, there's nothing right now, right? And if you always push to master, and then you release the app, and then you continue developing, and then you push to master again, and then you say release version 2.0. If you go on GitHub, you always see your master branch, and it's like, what was my version 1? Like, where was it? And you have to kind of go into your commits and scroll to all the commits until you see, oh, I think you can save word code to the database was the first commit of version 2, so that means this one was my version 1. It's kind of, and it's easy to say, okay, we have right now quite a few things that we've done, but it's easy to just create a tag, right? And then I think my own website doesn't have it. Website. I didn't do it for that. Oh, actually I did version 1.0. So I know this is my first version. 2 years ago, 2 months ago, the last thing. I should have. The master was just 13 days ago. I should have created a tag for version 2. I still can do that. So let's go to projects, website, git tag, list, git fetch all. So let's get all of it. Let's see. God damn it. Status, nothing has changed. Okay, that means I can do, I know this version right here. If I check out this version, it's older than my current master. My current master is the actual version that I deployed. Here it looks different, right? It's that one. So let's say git tag 2.0, git push dash tag, and that's it. Now, if I browse my first version of my website, I could go to, say, sources, app, and then to roots, and I will see, oh, look at this. It's like 31 lines long. This was my first version. If I go to my second version of my website, I go to roots, then I see already I reduced it by 1 line. Was a bad example. Let's go to my first version and go into, we can already see the structure here is different too. Controllers, we don't have controllers. We don't have controllers, interesting. Oh yeah, we have only views. If we go to my first version of the website and go to resources, views, and then say projects. I think, yeah, all projects looks like this. 20 lines of code. If we go to version 2 and then to projects, completely different, like 11 lines of code instead of 20. So it includes a partial, so you can browse your different versions and you know how it looked like, what was the code base at that specific point in time. Anyway, I digress. No. Who did that? Git is a good idea, not just for teams, but for yourself, for the ability to roll back changes when you make a bunch of changes that don't work out and you want to get back to an earlier working state. Absolutely agree, as well as not losing your code base, right? Not only version control, as you just mentioned, to roll back, but also just having it somewhere stored and secured, not only on your machine. Once your machine is corrupted or lost or damaged, you still have your code on GitHub. I use Git. I mean, Git GUIs make more sense with team collabs, whereas terminal. Sorry for not specifying. Oh, no worries. All right, maybe they make more sense. I didn't see a difference in team or working alone, like a benefit of having a GUI. Because I worked in a team, right? And other people would use a GUI. Let's see, number of components in picker view. Now, if this picker view has also become the delegate, extension time text field is UIPicker view delegate, so it doesn't complain anymore here. Number of rows in component and number of components. Oh, that's simple. 1, right? And number of components depends. Component. So number of rows should be, oh, wait a second. Yeah, we want to have 60 for minutes and 59 for seconds, right? Okay, so we can just do UIPicker tag is 2 and god damn it, who did that? It wasn't me. Is 1. Now if picker view tag is equal 1, then we want to return 60 because we want to allow 60 minutes. If picker view is tag 2, return 50, oh, 60 basically, 59. Return 0 should never be reached actually. Because we always have either 1 or 2. Could also, yeah. Let's see. Workout. Oh my Techcom. Hi, is the background noise coming from the fans from your MacBook? Is that the 16-inch? It's the 15-inch 2018, and yes, it's coming from my MacBook because OBS is running. Yeah, making my MacBook hot. Okay, we have lots of question marks. Number of components. Picker view, we did this one. It's interesting that view for row. Oh yeah, this one. Right? Yeah, we need this one or the other one. There was an alternative to it. This is delegate. Row, title for row. I think it's title for row. For row? No. I can't even hear background noise other than the music. Oh, there's like a white noise or something. There should be super low. So picker view for row, this select row height width, maybe called by the picker view when it needs the title to use for a given row and a given component. I think it is. This one, title for row. Yeah, return row dot description. Should be this one. We have the row and we want just to display the row itself, the number of it, as a string in this case. So we say 0 to 658. Oh, minutes. God damn it. Yeah. Whoops. It has to be 61 and 60. This way. Now let's try again. Workout. Save. Add. Minutes 0 to 60. And seconds 0 to 59. There we go. Great. Actually, I think I don't know whether you actually want like 32 seconds. I think what we could do is for seconds and minutes is fine. But for the second picker, do we have something like that? Probably not. So we have until 55, which means 55 divided by 5 is 11. So we want 11, maybe even 12 for 0. 12, and we want if picker view tag is equal 1, return row dot description. If picker picker view tag equals 2, we want to return row times 5 dot description. Else we return this. And this should give us a 5-step for seconds. Thanks for the info. I was wondering if you had the new 16-inch because I got one and it's impossible to use it when it's connected to an external monitor. The fans get crazy just by browsing. Are you serious? I thought this MacBook is actually solving all the issues. I was kind of looking forward at someday buying it. A lot of people are having the same issue. That's a pity. It's such a pity. Tony's coming around, so don't be surprised if you hear more noise. So we have 60 here, and here we have 5 steps for seconds. Look at that, works out perfectly. Great. Now we can remove all of that garbage. Not needed, not needed, not needed, neither, yet. Okay, I like how we cleaned up this one. Nope. Mine's the 2016 MacBook Pro that had better battery issues. Got a free battery replacement. At least you got this. I hope it's running better now. 2016 is the first, I think, MacBook with the butterfly keyboard. No? Wasn't it like this? God damn it, Tony. Okay, look at this. So we implemented our time fields. And now we can go to the next step, which is we want the toolbar up here saying done, so it actually, closes this one, so we get into here. I wonder why this one is showing. Stop it, Bailey. Let me get Dr. Pepper. What are you doing? Okay. Smart back. Second version, I think. Maybe first. Lol, it honestly doesn't bother me that much. Good for you. I had issues with that MacBook actually because I have had the 2016 version before. It had the keyboard still with that one better, but still had some issues with that one too. Not anymore. Okay. Let's implement a toolbar for second picker toolbar. How do you call it? View, input view controller, input accessory view. The custom input accessory view to display when the receiver becomes the first responder. I think that's that. Let's see. UI button. Let's test. Button set title done. Normal. What happens? Input accessory view is a get only. Oh really? Set. Well then, UIPicker view toolbar. Toolbar, whatever, what? UI toolbar, interesting. Button item, set items, assigning it to it, well picker, show selection indicator. Has that. Oh, just add the sub view. No. Input accessory view. This is what I wanted. Oh, text field. Okay. Text field, accessory. Button. Run it, see if it works. I don't know. Let's put this one up here. Dogs, what are you doing with the Tony? I never had problem with the butterfly keyboard, but I know a lot of people have. You know, a lot of people that had. Yeah, but that's exactly the thing that I thought Apple would. What the frick? Interesting. It would not work anymore. Solve that in a sec. So we are in the sec thing, right? Do you see the done? Right here? What is that? Okay, let's see. You can insert the picker as an input view to your text file and add the toolbar as input accessory to your text. You will like this. Why is it all Objective-C, guys? Picker, whatever, toolbar, tint color. I don't want this. Done button. Oh yeah, right. I should have UI toolbar like this, and then I think UI bar. Instead for a done button, for example, a button that completes the task. Plain? Done. So we need a selector, obviously. Actions. Private func done action. And editing true. Set items. Just one. Yeah, whatever. Let's see. I don't know what the animation should do since we're adding it already. I wonder why this one would not work anymore. What did we do? Oh, yes, of course. We removed the delegate right here, this one. We need this one. Alright, keeping it. My fault. Workout. Done. Works. Save. Click add minute, no, seconds. Where's my toolbar? What else do we need for a toolbar? Says done, done, target self, action, done picker, yes. User interaction, 10 color is translucent, true, default, size to fit. I don't know, it should be default. Bar style. It's possible. The default value is default, yeah, so I don't have to set it. So that's unnecessary already. Size to fit. Size to fit. Resizes and moves the receiver view, so it's just enclosed subview. Maybe that. Translucent, true. I don't know if I want that. Tint color. Let's see. Let's see. V. There we go. Done. That was easy. But we want this on the right side. So can we set items? Bar position, the position of the bar. Is of type UI bar position. UI bar position. Any button top. Okay. Toolbar. Let's see. What else do you have for me? Tint color. Oh, let's say is translucent false. Does that maybe change why this one looks different from the other one? Or does it have to be actually translucent? Ooh, white. We can go with that. I can see this working. Now, we don't need any of that anymore. Let's have a look at the API of it. Items, as translucent, delegate, compact appearance to use for a compact height toolbar. Is it by default already compact appearance? If the value of this property is nil, UIPicker uses the same settings found in the standard appearance property. Compact height. This was already compact, wasn't it? It's quite compact. Can it go more compact, just for fun? UI toolbar appearance. UI bar appearance dot UI bar appearance. What do we have here? All right, forget about it. Items. Let's see if we have Swift toolbar alignment or align right. So people want that too. How to align two buttons to the left and right border of the UI toolbar, whatever. Items, flexible space. Ooh. Flexible space is bar button, system item, UI bar button. There's a flexible space. Flexible space. UI bar, that's new to me. No, Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. God damn it. There we go. Nil, nil, and then flexible space like this. So I assume it fills out everything until like this one has its own spacing, and then the rest is filled out with this flexible space stuff. So it feels a little bit like Swift UI at this point. Let's go. Ooh, this is exactly what I wanted. This is so awesome. I like it. That was easy. Cool. So we want the toolbar to have it, let's say mark, let's do logic after actions, logic, private func build toolbar. This should get a UI toolbar back, and we want all of that, bam, right here, and then the end return the toolbar that we created in here. And all we do is build toolbar here for second, and also for minute. Do you always do 100% programmatic UI? Yes. The first thing I always do is I create a new project and delete the main storyboard. I never do storyboard ever. Everything is programmatic. Gives you more freedom and more security knowing what to do. And also, I've never had this issue because I never did visual UI, like storyboard. I never used storyboard, so I never experienced the issue of merging stuff or conflicts. But minutes has done, second has done. Awesome. What do we have here? What is it complaining about? Nothing? I see. You better be quiet, console. Have you seen Sean Allen's skeleton storyboards? I love the concept. Yes, I have seen it. Actually, to be honest, I have skimmed through it. And he would also mention that, I think he would mention that it's like preference, and he found for himself this approach to be the best for him. And I can totally see the point of it, because you have at least somewhere a visualization of your app and the flow of it. So you kind of have, the whole app pictured. I never tried that approach. The thing that I fear with storyboard is that kind of slows down Xcode. I don't know if you're not opening storyboard, if it slows down Xcode, but definitely if you open up storyboard, I don't know about the skeleton because it's super simplistic, right? But still you have lots of views flying around, or view controllers, so to say. So I like to do all my views completely 100% in code. And probably the skeleton approach, how I would use it is literally just having, I don't even know, I would just probably have one view that contains nothing and the next view, and I might have to name them so I know about, I would just name them the view controllers basically and connect them. That's it. I feel like I never came across a situation where I felt like, I had to, like for myself, it would have been good to have a visual representation of the app flow or how the views are connected. I never came across this kind of situation, so I don't feel the need of trying out storyboards at the moment. So I found for myself programmatic UI completely 100% to be the way to go about. so we got this, and we want now to retrieve the values. And also we want default values as well. Say 0, which doesn't really make sense. We can do some validation when we create it. Let's go for... Let's see. We have that, right? I think what we want... If we add it, we want the exercise model would later on have minutes and seconds and name. So we'll have to adjust our model too, because currently it just says time. But we want to have minutes and seconds there. Where would say default to 0. So we can say default is right here. 0. What if? Yeah, the text is that. And second text field text is 0 as well. Now, once we are picking something, the delegate, right? Did select row in component. Now we have just one component, but we have 2 picker views. So we always what if we say, let's see if we can do an enum case instead for it. Enum identifier case minute case second int what if we say, because that's already int, I don't know if we can use the tag like so, identifier second, we have to use a raw value for it. It's not working like that. Right? Cannot assign value of some text to type int. I don't want to use raw, the identifier. What if we are... Alright, let's leave it. Let's not overcomplicate it. Right here. So are you using in your current sort of secret project the skeleton approach then? I would assume that after you said you love it, right? It just makes sense. Did select row. Now since we selected it, let's get component is irrelevant, row is relevant, and then the picker view. So if picker view tag equals 1, whereas 1 is kind of want to have the identifier because one is, I mean, how am I supposed to know one is minute or seconds? I don't know. I have to look it up always like here. So let's say extension noi time text field picker view enum tag case minute case second int, and let's just do it like so. Tag minute raw value, and here we say tag second raw value, and if this one is tag minute, this one is tag second. We could even say switch picker tag case tag minute return 61 case tag second return 12 default return 0. It should still work. Man, it's not a member of type int. God damn it. Can I say tag like so? I think I would label raw value. Am I missing? It's not a member of type no tag. Okay, I'm just overcomplicating things right here. I have to do raw value then here too. I could either go like this. I think switch cases I think are more, I don't know about that, and I think it doesn't play a role here, but I someone read that switch cases are more efficient. So we want to return this one on minute and this one on second, and row description, or basically 0 description on default. And same applies to this. Now we want to say switch picker view tag case tag minute raw value. Then we want to say minute text field text is equal to row description, right? Case tag second raw value is second text field dot text row description default to nothing. Let's see if this one works out. No, I had actually started this project months ago, and then I chose to do 100% programmatic, but my trivia app that I released is the skeletal storyboards. But my trivia app that I released is the skeleton. Oh, I see. So the app that's called Trivia is based on the skeleton storyboard approach. Alright, so you basically started this one project, then you paused, then you did another project with the skeleton storyboard approach, and then you finished that trivia app and got back to the other project that's not having a skeleton approach, and you're continuing that and trying to finish this one. Did I get it right? We have default values. Once we select the value, we get it in there. Default values, once we select the value, we get 11? No. We should get the row times 5. As a text. Exactly. Is there a better way to do that? At, so 55, 30 seconds, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Peanut. Yep, project 1, programmatic UI, project 2, skeletal storyboard. Finished project 2, then went back to work on project 1. Got you. See, this is more, so now I know, okay, if it's minute, then we do that. If it's second, then we do that. We have like raw value all over the place, and I feel like there's a way to not have to use raw value, but I don't know. I will have to look it up or search or learn it, but I think it serves our purpose here. God damn it! Dogs! Jake! Hey Martin! Hey Jake! How are you doing? How is it? How's life going? We just finished the input for both to get the correct value for minute and for seconds. And now we are assigning it to the text field, right? Once I hit save, I want to actually these values. So what we could do is we have the, where's our name? Oh, all right. We only have that thing. We can define a delegate that will pass over the minute and seconds as integers. There is a bug where we can still say copy here, go in here and paste. No, we should be able to do that, I think. Yeah, there we go. So we can set in text, which we don't want to. What if we have allows editing text field, a boolean value indicates whether the user may edit the attributes of the text field. Let's say to false. Maybe this one disallows to copy and paste stuff. We can still set stuff, right? Good. But can we also Steins Gate copy and paste stuff? No, we cannot. Ooh, we can delete it. Oh, we can actually do stuff. We can type it with our keyboard, but we cannot copy and paste things. Keyboard is not, I mean, they have no other input type than this keyboard. Let's say we are selecting cut, paste. Ooh, they can paste it. No, I want this to be disabled. I'm good. Had some blood work done today and almost passed out. Ooh, how about you? Why? Why have you had blood work done today? Did anything happen? I'm good. I'm working all day, and after the stream I will continue working. Text field Swift. So thanks for asking. I enjoy my Dr. Pepper. Can perform action with sender. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Camper from Action. But it's a custom thing. So let's say this one so first of all, why are none of these thing private? Which is better, Fritz Cola or Dr. Pepper? I think Fritz Cola is better. Yeah, because I used to drink Dr. Pepper after Steins Gate, and then I tried Fritz Cola, and whew, this had me, bought me right away. I was falling for it, and then I drank it for 6 years. 6 years, almost every day, basically every day, more than one bottle. Since 2014. Quite a long time. Soda every day. But I don't have any holes in my teeth because I'm brushing my teeth every day twice, morning and evening before I go to bed. And after I brush my teeth in the evening, I don't eat any stuff because I don't want to feed the bacteria overnight. For the past couple weeks, everything I eat has been bothering my stomach, so they were doing some tests. Alright. That's okay. I hope everything is good because this can be really annoying if you have, because I know someone who has issues with her stomach and she really has to look after what she eats every single day for the rest of her life, else she really has issues. So that's really limiting. I hope you don't have any of these issues. Joe's Me says, what do you do to solve a problem? I mean, what are your approach to solve a problem, any programming problem? So right now I have the problem that I want to disable copy and paste. And first thing I do is, wherever I have an issue, I just look at the API of, say, a class, what it provides, if it provides the feature I need, and if not, then I'm trying to think about whether it has some delegate data source callback functions that might do what I need, and if that's not given, then I will just implement the issue myself, trying to solve it myself for half an hour or 60 minutes, and then afterwards I would start searching in Google and search for another answer. And the reason why I don't ask for help right away, even Google, is to train myself, solving it myself, getting better at it. Because imagine you have an issue, you want to solve it right away, and you're reliant on someone else like Google or someone else like a person, because you never trained yourself solving it yourself. That's not a good position to start from, especially if you want to be a senior developer. There are multiple definitions, but one of the definitions, say, properties a senior developer should bring with, or skills, is being independent, like being able to solve a problem independently from another person. That is one of the things, and then obviously lots of other things like picking up stuff, making decisions, when to know if you go for a more sophisticated or more simpler solution, when to make trade-offs. So camper from action should be here in text field. Let's say if action copy or action equals selector. Paste. Like this. If it's either copy or paste, return false, else true. Can perform action. I think we should be saying that this is a public variable to be set from the outside. Say var can perform action. I think, I don't know, I can actually true. Say can copy true, or can paste true. Let's say can copy and paste. And if can copy and paste is true, return true right away. I'll return. If not, then please go in here. Like if this is false, then check whether it's copy and paste and then say false for it. Else say true for all the other actions. So this should, if we run it, this should still work for all the fields. Yeah, I hope so. College next year would be very, very difficult. Thank you for your answer. They totally makes more sense to be, since I want to become a software developer. Josie or Jose, you're very welcome. Thanks for asking. Thanks for engaging. And Jake, I'm crossing my fingers. Everything will be good. Workout, adding. So now we should be able to say Steinsgate and then perform action, say, what is all of that? Paste, copy, select to here, select all. All right. What the frick? Let's say copy. And let's say paste. And again paste. It works for this one. Here, if we say paste, it works for this one too, yet. Now let's fix that. Now we have adjusted our minute text field can copy and paste false. And say this one, second text field, can copy and paste false. Let's run this and see if it can perform this action now. Workout, save, go in here, add Steinsgate, this one, copy, paste, still works. This one, cut, select here. We cannot paste. Insert drawing. Hey. No. I can still insert stuff. So let's just disable all actions. Then let's just not care about any action. Is actions enabled? True. And let's just fix it here. And look at this. Right now, we say is actions. We have auto-completion, right? But we don't have a description text down here. So we don't know what is actions enabled does later on in a month. Say like is actions enabled. What does that even mean? Going in here doesn't say or tell us anything either. So we use 3 forward slashes and then say allows to copy, paste, and allows to perform copy, paste, and other actions. And now if you go back here and say is actions enabled, we have down here allows to perform copy, paste, and other actions. Alright, now we know how this is used, what it is good for. Even later on when we use it, we know why we want to set it to false, and we also have a comment above of it right there. I could do it all in one line actually, it's fine. So this is really something really cool, 3 forward slashes to get your auto, to like improve your auto completions. Alright. Darn, I missed Martin's answer to the problem solving question, but an important thing is no one can know everything. True that. And many times the first step is to Google it, like Martin did with the toolbar issue. So that was not my first step, but I agree in the end, if you cannot solve it yourself, then you Google it. Because my first step, if you remember or see in the stream, is I look in the API and just try to solve it myself before I start Googling it, right? But yeah, now let's see, workout, done, save, go in here, add minute. So let's say Steinsgate, copy, we can paste it up here because for this field we want to be able to just do stuff. Paste, we can. Here, we cannot do anything, even with the keyboard not. Perfect. That will restrict us already to numbers. We know these fields can only contain numbers since the input is limited to numbers. So we can safely continue. What is this one? UI bar button item to catch this negative bugger. This is not me. So, okay, now we can write a delegate for this one, for our NoiTime text field, a protocol. Let's say, where's this located? NoiTime text field, view. Let's give it a group. NoiTime text field. Let's put it in there. Let's also say NoiTime, whoops, Swift. NoiTime text field plus tag, like so. Just put this one in there. So we're extending and giving it a tag, and we say NoiTime text field delegate. And it's a protocol NoiTime text field delegate, and the function that has to be implemented by something that conforms to this protocol is NoiTime text, well, value did change to to minute int and second int, like so. Just that is the function. Value did change, or values did change to minute and second. That's our delegate. That's it. Now when we go in here and we have, whoops, a var delegate NoiTime text field delegate, a week. This one should be that one. Should be able to resolve it. We can still run it. Week must not be applied to non-class bound delegate. Consider adding. Okay, so this is solved by that, I think. Yeah, now it runs. So whenever you want to use a delegate that is conforming at least to a certain protocol like this, and it says you cannot use week because you want to use week, you have to conform or inherit from class for the protocol. Going to head out. Bye Martin, bye Susie, wherever she is. She's raiding Pokemon. But thank you, Michaela, for hanging out, and have a good night. I don't know how late it is for you, but yeah, have a good night. Thanks for swinging by and talking. Curious about the app. Oh, you never mentioned the estimation when you think you'll finish the app. What we can do now here is, I'm 3 hours ahead. Have a good night. Ooh, 3 hours ahead. All right. Yeah, 9. So it's midnight right now. Once we did select row, right? We can say private func handle value has changed. Values have changed, like this, and we want to call this whenever a row was selected. Handle value have changed. I'll tell you next stream if I remember. For the projected timeline. Alright, I think I'll remember. Let's see. I don't like that the auto-completion right now, or the highlighting is broken. Now in here what we can do is we can say get the minute from minute text field text, cast it into an int, else if it fails assign 0. It should never fail because we only have an input view that allows numbers. We define it ourselves and we prevent it to be able to insert stuff that's not numbers. Same for second, cast from second text field the text into an int, else 0. This should still must be unwrapped. Okay. In case this is not, the value is not given, but it should be given. We can just say minute text equals to minute f. We could also do like something like this, right? But this would be too much of optional chaining. So let's just do that. Let's second text equals second tf dot text, else just return, like do nothing. Which would never happen, but what we can do now is just say, let's cast this. This should run now. We're never using this one yet, but now we can say if let delegate, if it's given, then call delegate. And what if we define which function is definitely given for the delegate? Its values values did change, have changed too, or even did change. Handle values have did change to minute, second. Should still run, even though we don't have auto completion. Now what we have, we can also just print something so we know about it. No delegate was assigned for self. If we run this, what we should see is, if we, for example, create a workout now, save, and we go into here and we want to pick something, say 1, it will tell us no delegate was assigned for the set time text field. Time text field is this one. So we know wherever we are using time text field, we haven't assigned a delegate to it because it was nil, and we have to do that in order to receive the values. Now what we do is we go to our create exercise VC and we say basically before create this one extension create exercise VC is time text field delegate, and it will tell us what we have to implement, which is this function. And the body of this function, now we get the minute and second out of this view. And what we want to do is we want to have a thanks, enjoyed watching the non-storyboard programmatic technique and your explanations. Joshua, you're very welcome. Are you heading out or? We want to have here, say an exercise. Let's see. Yes, heading to another live stream. Sorry, no worries. Have fun. Are you heading to a Twitch game live stream or something? We'll watch for next one though. Hey, no pressure at all. I appreciate that you hang out with us for a little. It's already 2 hours, so I understand if you move on to something else. Let's see, we need a local property that will kind of be populated with our information that we want to store, and that's gonna be create. Let's see, we have create exercise request, workout ID, title, time. This one's gonna be minute and second, and what we want to do is let me think how we want to do that, because I think these should be bars since they will change. Title will change as well. This one should be changing to actually it's assigned right on init, so we can basically say this one should not change. We could say private let create exercise request is basically create exercise request, and on init say create exercise request is a new instance of create exercise request, where we say we have the workout ID, we have a title, we have kind of default values for that. This workout ID I think we don't need anymore. I think we use that on save. Let's see. On save we are getting something and we are interesting. Oh yeah, that's a function here, and we're creating a request basically with the workout that we have stored, which we don't need anymore. On save should be like this now, and we don't need that. create exercise request should be like this, but we can validate create exercise request before storing or persisting. And by validate I mean like 0 and 0 doesn't make sense, 0 seconds 0 minutes doesn't make sense, and the title with 0 doesn't make sense either. We want to check that. Here on save we can just say create exercise, or say yeah, create exercise, it's fine. And then afterwards, whatever that means, is defined in here. We want to deal with that too afterwards. So once it's done, we want to pop to the parent controller. Now, create exercise. What does it do? We have values that change. Here we can say exercise request dot minute equal minute, and create exercise request dot seconds equal seconds. So whenever values have changed, we want to assign it to these. So this has to be a var then. Cool hex code var. Interesting. Okay, this is something we will solve afterwards. But for now, whenever we are changing a value, okay, put it over here. Whenever we are changing a value, we're assigning it to the request, so we have updated values there. Whenever we are saying create exercise, right, we can say create exercise request dot title is equal to the name text field text else. Oh, one sec. Basically making sure let title is equal name text field text is not nil and title is not empty. Else we want to return, basically print and return. We will change this print statement later on to a modal that will pop up and say, hey, title should not be empty, you confirm it, done. So let's say print title cannot be empty modal, just so we know for later on. And here we can just say title. Now that we have assigned, now our create exercise request should be populated with all the values we want. Like it should be on save, we should have either 0, 0 and the title, or I would say, hey, you cannot do it, return, so you would adjust it. Now let's go in here, and the time should be now minute static let seconds expression seconds, and now we have minute second, and down here we have minute second. Obviously exercise model should be adjusted as well. Second, like so. We have some more errors here. I missed a comma. Let's go here. Exercise model. Like that. Let's go further. What do we have here? Model, obviously the same. Second. And last thing, model label with postfix. This is the time label. Oh, because we have seconds there, kind of want to say we calculated, right, for the exercise cell. If you look at the exercise cell, it says, we cannot see the exercise cell yet. If we save it, we can. We see 0 seconds, right? Maybe we should see 0 minutes, 0 seconds. Kind of like here, minutes and exercise. And you see the whatever. I don't know. Or maybe we should see. It would be confusing if I would say minutes if you have more than 60 seconds and seconds if you have less than 60 seconds. So it's sometimes minutes, sometimes seconds. I think that would be confusing. If we always say seconds or always say minutes, that would be confusing too. Maybe we can like just say seconds and have like 120 seconds based on your selection. I think both next to each other would make sense. Say we have a minute label and a second label. Yeah, I think we should do that. All right, let's refactor further. So we have a second label, that's that, and we have a minute label. Actually, this should be the minute label because it's already in place where we want it to be. If we look at time level model, time label, it's okay. This one is not. Title should be model minute description. Say minute, and this should say minute label. If we run that, we should already see the correct minutes that we select. Let's see. Workout done. Save. Create. Steinsgate. And let's select minutes 23. Or let's say 17. No, let's say whatever, 11. Save. We see 0. We see 0. We'll fix that. But first, let's fix. Rename that. Setup. Minute. So we have it leading and center like that. The next thing we want to have is set up second. What's the container view? It's just completely from everywhere. Okay. And then we have whatever. Okay, second. Leading should be minute label trailing. Whoops, trailing anchor and say 15, 2. And center is fine. That all looks fine. And then this one, the title label should be second label, like that. And we want to set up this setup second label. This should work out already. Work, save. Let's add Steinsgate. Let's say 8, 50, save, 0. What's happening? Exercise cell. Why aren't we seeing setup view, setup minute label, container view, top leading, bottom trailing? It's like the full. Let's debug it. Oh, I'm not setting any information for a second. Label, model, label with postfix, model, title is model second, description, second. We see already it says minute, right? And then we say second label, set label model. We can go in here and see if there's something wrong in the label itself, which is this one. God damn it, jumping doesn't really work, but this one works. Now let's have a look in the set. It sets the title and it says the postfix, so that should be fine. Oh, we're setting probably the model that we're putting in here is probably falsy. Let's see. Exercise list VC. Where do we do that? I know we're doing it somewhere for sure. We're doing it up here. This list is empty. We're getting our list out of the database. Somewhere it's 0. Maybe because we are unable to cast it. We will follow the path and debug it. Save. Add Steinsgate 120 save 00 Steinsgate. Okay, it says at least minutes and seconds, and it says it quite nicely. Now somewhere we have so setup data, exercise, record, list, request. So we should get from here, from the repository, a list of exercise models. I think let's go into create exercise VC. Stop it, Peanut. Do you want to walk? Do you want to walk? This is something we'll do after the stream. It's okay. You can wait a little longer. You can poop afterwards. I can see that, for example, this one, or let's say this one will give us 0. Let's go down here and see what it actually does here. You know, let's just put a breakpoint there. Whatever, we want a different value than 0, 5, and say 14. Save. Oh, it doesn't even go in here. Oh, that's why it says 0. Interesting. It doesn't. We see it. Damn it. No delegate was assigned for frame. It already said it all the time. What we forgot to do is for the time text field, right? Let's just also rename it. This will work. No. Oh, we can actually keep a time text field. Time text field needs to know about that the delegate is us. Now, there we go. Add a cool workout and then add a cool exercise. Let's call it push-ups. Let's do push-ups for 60 minutes, 31, and 45 seconds. Save. There we go. 31 minutes, 45 seconds push-ups. Yes. Totally. Absolutely. Hey. We made it so far that we can create create an exercise and store it and also display it, and we can actually select minutes and seconds and have them. And even now saving doesn't work. It says title cannot be empty. Okay, save. Okay, 11:35. Isn't that awesome? I think that's awesome. Something we can still bug fix is one last thing. If we say 0, save, this will still save it. And also on top of that, if it's below 10, we will have this one not be aligned with that one down like overall here. So what we can do is for the exercise cell at least now is for the min label, basically that one. Label with postfix. Label with postfix. If we are setting stuff like that, model title is already if let number model title. If it's a number, then do this, else continue with whatever you did before. Say, and then also number below 10, then say basically this one, number, like so. And that should already fix our, we should always have 2 zeros if it's less than 10. So let's say workout, and then we will end the stream once we got that, because we stream already for 2.5 hours, and I think that's, we accomplished quite a lot of things. So 0, 0 is still possible, we will fix that, but at least it shows 0, 0. Now we can delete that too. Goodbye. Let's say Toki, and let's say 1 minute, right? And here let's say 5. Now we should see 0, 1 and 0, 5. 0, 1 minute, 0, 5. So that way we are always good, even when we have high numbers like so, and the alignment just looks good. Alrighty. Everyone, thanks so much for chilling with me and watching me code this. I think we have again accomplished quite a lot of things today. We are getting closer day after day. Let's see if we can check off some things from our Trello board. Time field, time picker, minutes, seconds, we did that. Type, we have to still do the type for the create. Back button, confirm message in case changes were made, we have to do that too. And validate input data before persisting. No zeros, 0, and yeah, that's basically what we want to do. Swipe to edit, swipe to delete. Oh, we did that. We can delete. Edit is still open. What do we have here? Exercise up, exercise delete. Update is still missing. So one thing here, 3 things here. Then all of these things in doing are going to be done, and then we can start going into the workout running screen. I think one thing that is missing is the pause cell. We still need to do the pause cell for in between that one. So if it's a type, we want to implement that. Kind of create, kind of goes hand in hand with that. But okay, so again, see you in the next stream. Thanks for hanging out. I think we are pretty good. And yeah, have a good day, have a good evening, wherever you are, whatever you are at. I'll continue coding on the client project. Bye guys.